Good morning and welcome to day 3 of this week. So we are going to dive into a new subject. We're going to be beginning our lessons on multiplying fractions. So there's going to be a few different parts. So we're going to do our first part today. So if you could make page 81 and 82, you're going to label 82 this, and if you need to, pause here so you can get it down, and label 81 this. Okay, awesome job. I'm going to go ahead and start our notes on this page, and then page 81 is going to be our practice. Okay, so we're going to split our page in half for most of our page, and let me zoom out so you can see what we're going to do. And then the bottom part of our page is going to be some practice area, okay? So I'm going to leave a little bit of space down here at the bottom. If you write big, you're going to need to give yourself, you might want to just write smaller today. Okay, so I'm going to have that. So I have about a bottom third of my page is open, and then the top 2/3, I'm going to split it in half vertically, okay? So we're going to do the array model up near the top, and let me zoom back in so you can see what we're doing here. Okay, so this is going to be the array model. And if you remember array from multiplying before, it's a blank by blank, okay? So let's say we have a fraction. We are going to multiply 1/3 by 3/5, okay? And that's going to be on both of these sides. I probably should erase that, but whatever. Okay. So on this side, this is going to be the visual side where we show it. If you have highlighters handy, please grab those. I'm going to be using blue and yellow, but you can use whatever colors you have around. Okay, so first up, here's my first step. I'm going to draw a model of the first fraction. And my first fraction is 1/3, okay? So that is what I'm going to do over here. And we're gonna have to kind of split some of this up. So I'm gonna be using my arrows. So I'm gonna be making my box 3 by 5. If you are using blank paper, I think it's easier. Graph paper requires a little bit of forethought. So I'm going to have my rectangular box here, and I'm going to split it into thirds. So that's why I had the 3 boxes over here. So this is going to be 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Okay. So now I'm going to color in one of my thirds. 1/3 there. Okay. So let's draw an arrow from here over here because it's going to get a little confusing in a bit. Now, if you need to stop and pause the video so you can get this down, please do so because I'm going fast. There's a lot to discuss. Okay, step 2. So now I'm going to draw a model of the second fraction. And my second fraction is 3/5. Okay, so I'm going to have that over here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, so again, I'm making a 3 by 5, and you'll see why in a little bit. Okay, so I'm now doing fifths. So I have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. 1/5, oops, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. Okay, oops, I guess each one of these should be 1 because they're each 1/5. I got this. Okay, so I have 3 of those fifths that I need to color in. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and let's draw an arrow over here so we remember that this is that fraction. All right, step 3. now we're going to create an array that is denominator by denominator, okay? So in this case, it's going to be 1/3. So I'm going to do 3 by 5, okay? So I'm just showing you where that denominator is. So I'm going to create my 3 by 5. 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's 3 by 5. Okay, 4, so that's step 3. 4, I'm going to count the total number of parts in the array, and then so I forgot a step, so pretend like we didn't do that. Okay, I got ahead of myself. Before I do this, I'm going to create an array like we did, and I'm now going to overlap the two models from above. So this model is going to come down. Okay, let me use a different color. So this model is going to come down here. Whoop. And then this model is going to come down here. Okay, so I'm going to do my thirds this way. And I'm going to color that in. So I know I had 1/3. And now I'm going to split up by my fifths because I have to overlap now. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to shade in 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I have my overlapping of my two models. Okay, sorry, I forgot that part. I get so excited because I love doing this. So now we're going to go back to 4. So now you're going to count the total number of parts in the array. This is going to be your new denominator. This number is new denominator. So if I count all of these boxes, I'm going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you said 15, good job. So that becomes my new denominator. Boop. Right there. Okay. And then 5, our last step here, you're going to count the number of parts that have overlapping highlighter. Okay. I should do this. This number is the numerator. Oops, you can't see what I'm writing. Sorry, it's just like back in class, huh? Numerator of the answer. Okay, so I'm going to count my overlapping colors here. And so I see there's 1, 2, 3 that overlap. So that is going to become my numerator. So we're just going to draw a nice little arrow here. Boop. So 3 over 15. Okay, so we're going to get this. We're going to say this. Simplify if needed. Okay, so here's our run through. 1/3 times 3/5 equals 3/15. I know that 3 goes into 15, so I'm going to divide using one of my giant ones, remember? So I know that 3 goes into 15, so I can just divide by thirds. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 15 divided by 3 equals fifths. So my answer is 1/5. Okay, so we're going to do some practice problems for today. I'm going to show you a different model on how to multiply fractions tomorrow. But for today, we're going to do some practice problems, okay? So I'm going to have you do, we're going to split our page into sixths. Sorry, let me get myself arranged here. So we're going to split our page into sixths. It's hard to say. And what you're going to do is you can pick 2. So you're going to pick 2 of these problems to do using this model, okay? 2 or 3. Some of you might be like, I want to do 3. Okay, do 3. So you're going to pick 2 or 3 of these, and then the other 3 or 4 that you'd leave are going to be done with the model you're going to learn tomorrow, okay? So here are your problems. We're going to do 2/5 times 4/7. This one we're going to do together, okay? Our second one over here is going to be 1/10 by 5/6. Then we have 1/5 by 1/7. And then 1/3 by 7/10. And then our bottom 2 problems are going to be 2, not bad. 2/3 of, so I'm going to switch this up, of 1/9. That's the same as multiplying, by the way. So you might see it as written like this. So 4/5 of 3/4, same thing. I'm just going to multiply. All right. Okay, let's come up to this top one here, and I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough on how to do this one. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. I'm going to draw my model of my first fractions. I know I'm pretty confident on how to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start at step 3, and I'm going to do my denominator by denominator. So I'm going to do a 5/7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now I'm going to split mine up this way. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to color in 2 of those because that's my denominator. So if you want to, you can match these here. Okay. And then I'm going to split this into sevenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is going to go right here. And I'm going to color in 4 of those. Just watching my time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I need to count up my total number of squares. And if I do this right, this should be a 5/7. And 5/7 is going to give me 35. And now I'm just going to count those overlapped ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there you go. That's how you would do that one. So what I'd like you to do, since I did one, you're going to pick any 2 problems on this page, any 2 of these to practice on your own, and then come back tomorrow and we will finish up our notes. All right, great job today, guys. Remember, pause as you need to, go back as you need to, and I will always check in with me at office hours if you have questions. All right, have a great Wednesday. Bye.